Hello there everyone and welcome back to my channel. So nice to have you back. Today I have another design video for you, namely filling gaps on your island with designs like this, or even like this. So these are pretty simple to put together and I'll be showing all the items, DIYs and custom codes that you'll need to put them together for yourself on your island because you're more than welcome to use them. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to the channel. I have so many more videos and yeah, it just helps me out quite a bit and helps videos and helps YouTube get them to people who need the most. So without further ado, here's the catalog items and DIYs as well as the custom codes that you'll need for this first design. So I started with a square that was 5 by 5, so that's 5 wide, 5 down, but I went on to expand it. So the final size of this design is going to be 7 squares wide and 5 down. But I just want to show you different stages of this design. So here's our square. Don't forget we're going to expand that later, but first we're going to put down our custom code. So I worked out roughly where I wanted it to be. I usually start with the foundations of the design, which is the custom codes or just the pathways that you can get from resident services, for those of you who are still starting out and trying to figure out what to do. So if you want all these pathways, get to I think about 3 stars and you can unlock terraforming, I think from memory, and thus all the paths. So these custom codes here though, I tend to put them down first and it helps me work out what the area is going to look like and how much space I have. And yeah, so I'm just working it out here. I'm just putting it down, seems to be pretty good for me. And now I'm going to include the stairs, which is a nice way to add a bit of perspective. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, I put some trees out in front. It's kind of a nice way to give dimension to the design, but I'm going to change that later. But I decided to leave this part in because I wanted to show you different ways that you can approach the design as well. So I like to work from back to front with the designs, depending on how I'm feeling. So I'm first looking at putting things in front of other items, and that gives it a bit of depth and really elevates the designs. So as you can see here, I've put down the garden wagon and then the extra long log bench in front, and then I'm just pushing items slightly in front of it. It just gives it more of a dimension there. Don't forget to use plants. They are your friend. And also I'm putting down a rattan table. I've moved the books out of the way just to fit it, and a little tea set there, and some fencing. Again, working kind of from the back to the front. Then we're going to put hedges at the back here, and we're going to relocate the trees. So it looks okay for now, but I feel like the trees are just obscuring the design too much, so we're going to just relocate them to the back. So this whole area here probably takes up at about I want to say about 7 by 7, I think, final design, or at least 7 by 6, including all the fencing and trees and hedges. But as you can see here, you can adapt the design any way that you like to make it as big or as small as you want. So that's why I wanted to include all these different approaches to the design as I went along and was improving it how I thought looked good, because this would give you an idea of how flexible you can be with these sort of spaces. So now we're going to put our fencing in. Okay, I'm finally happy with that. And of course the final touches is the landscaping with the flowers. So we like it and we're going to take a picture. So if you want to find out when videos are coming out or any past designs, don't forget my socials are on screen now, including my Twitter and my Instagram. So if you want to see any news coming up or how my videos are going, don't forget Twitter is the place to go, and Instagram is where you go for all the designs past, present and future. So yeah, don't forget to check those out. So for this design, you're going to need these catalog items and these DIYs, as well as this custom code. So we're just going to start here. I kind of felt my way around this area with the custom codes. This one's a bit harder to kind of give a commentary on because, as you can see, I sort of felt around the area a little bit until I kind of got the space the way I wanted. But this is why I show you the whole process, because I do kind of chop and change my mind a little bit. Some tutorials are a bit more straightforward because the design is more straightforward, but in this case I kind of worked out all the items I wanted and then I went and worked out the space. So So now that I'm happy with that, I'm going to put in a tree. And we're going to put in a rattan armchair. I'm just going to put it right under the tree. Pull it out a bit. I do readjust them in a moment, as you'll see. But I'm just getting them into the space just to see how it all looks. So we're going to use a rattan stool as kind of like a mini table. And then we're going to put in our tiny library. Now I'm going to put that right in front of the tree, which means these rattan chairs and the rattan stool is going to have to move. So I've just moved them across by one space. So in front of that, I'm going to put a stack of books and a monstera, again using the black because it matches the furniture. It gives it a little pop of colour though. Then we're going to use an outdoor table, also in black, putting a lamp and an anthurium on top. I'm just going to push it back. We're going to use an iron and stone fencing. And that's pretty much it. It's a really simple design, good for a small space, and of course we're going to take a picture. So for this design, you're going to need these catalogue items and these DIYs, as well as these custom codes. So again, we're going to feel our way out with the foundations. We're just going to start with some custom codes here. This is going to be a smaller design than the previous ones. It's because I wanted to give you a little variety in terms of, spaces that you can fill. So this one's at a bit of an angle, which I think makes it a little bit more interesting. So we're going to put on our log stool and a succulent plant on top of that. We're going to use our park clock. White is the natural colour for my island. And we're going to put a bird bath right in front of that. Again, creating dimension by layering items. So we're going to put the log stakes just behind that, and we're going to move our mountain bike just in front of the bird bath there. Makes it look like it's leaning. Then we've got the monstera just behind it and some more log stakes. Again, creating that layering effect. Then we're going to put in our tree. Now this is a little bit of a bonus area. You could leave it at this, but I wanted to expand the area just a little bit more. So we're going to include a little garden just behind it. So we're going to do 3 squares of dark dirt, some flowers, and then we're going to use a hedge just behind it to create that extra dimension to it. Then we're going to use our lattice fencing and kind of go all around, stopping just in front of the flowers, leaving a gap, and then adding another 2 fences so it looks like the beginnings of a garden. So this would also be good as like a little residence yard as well if you want to try it for that, or even maybe an extension for the entrance. So we're just going to put back the succulent plant. And that's the entire design. So of course we like it, we're going to take a picture. Line it up. So I hope these designs help you with coming up with ideas for the small areas on your island that just need a little bit of zhuzhing up and filling in, because I know when you get those really small areas it can be really hard to figure out like, what do I do with this area? So I tried to do different options with the design and show you just how you can expand or just leave expand the area wherever you need and how you can do it. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you want to support this channel, don't forget like, comment and subscribe. It always helps and your comments help me come up with ideas for videos. You guys have given me so many and I really appreciate it. Look out for my 5K Q&A stream and a giveaway that is coming. Just got to sort through a few extra stuff and then I'll be right on that. So that will be news on that will be coming out soon. Don't forget my socials below if you want to find out when that is happening. Make sure to keep an eye on that. And don't forget Patreon if you want to help me support this channel. Help me support this channel. That would be, every bit helps. And yeah, you all the patrons get all my images or my photos of my island and designs and these videos first. So if you want to check out my Patreon and get all that and extra things, make sure to do that. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you all stay safe and I hope you all stay happy, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye guys.